What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel and the video review of the XF90, the 90mm micro brushless FPV racing drone. Now this one is remarkably resembling the Shuriken X1, so I'm calling this one the baby Shuriken X1. Check it out. Doesn't it kind of resemble it? Pretty cool, isn't it? It has the 806 7500 kV motors with the 1935 5-bladed props, and the motors are 3BR, and it says BBB with it, with a couple of wings attached to it, and in small print it says born to be the best. So there you have it, the BBB motors. The ESCs are the 4-in-1 12 amp with 15 amp burst BL Heli S ESCs. That's what it says on the product page, but and it also says the input voltage is 2 to 3S, but there's a little documentation that comes with this model here, and on the documentation it says 1 to 2S battery, and it's got a 6 amp 10 amp burst ESCs. So to be on the safe side, guys, I'm just going to fly this thing with the 2S battery. All right, I'm not gonna try the 3S battery, and I don't even have a 3S battery this size anyhow, and this thing comes with a 2S 450 milliamp 7.4 volt 35C battery. It's a pretty tiny little battery, and it goes right underneath here. Nice battery strap. It's got this Velcro kind of type of closure, and it is very thick, I might add. It's not the real thin ones, the flimsy ones. This is really nice, but there's a couple of screws right up underneath of the frame there, as you can see there. If you put the battery right there, it will sit right on top of that screw. So what I did was I put a little foam piece on the bottom, and I try to strap it on, but it moved around because the strap is kind of narrow. The holes that goes into the frame is kind of narrow, so I put another piece of foam to lift the battery up a little bit so the strap goes on really well. This strap is too big for this battery that they give you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using a little bit bigger battery. I'm going to be using this size battery here, also 2S battery, and I got this one here as well that I'm going to use as well. So we're going to check it out with those type of batteries. Now this thing has a 90mm True X frame, and check it out, man. It's got this green camouflage thing going on. It's pretty cool looking, kind of looked like a Minecraft kind of a camouflage there. That is pretty cool. But the thing is, the frame, the X frame, is the same thickness as the frame that they use for the plates on the top as well. So it's a pretty thin frame. What it looks like is about 1.5 millimeters. I don't have a gauge to measure it, but it bends very slightly. It is pretty tough. It's a nice carbon frame. It is solid. It's not one of those porous types. It's a pretty good carbon frame here. So hopefully if you land or crash into a concrete surface, you should be careful with it. Landing in soft dirt or soft grass, it'll go pretty good. I don't think it'll break or anything. The only thing is you might have to watch out because of the VTX antenna. It's not protected on the top here. There's no protection. That might go first, and some of the props might get damaged in a crash. You could probably put like a zip tie right here, tie it up and stick it up a little bit and cut it off, or wrap it around or something like that to protect the VTX antenna. The VTX is a 5.8 gigahertz 800 TV line with a 120-degree field of view lens. It is 40 channels, and it is NTSC. Now it is also switchable from 25 to 100 to 200 milliwatts, and there is a small little switch or button right here, single press button. Also has a little LCD screen display right there, so you can see what channel and what frequency you are on, as well as the power. So a single press, a short press, will change the channels. Hold it down for 2 seconds, then you are able to change the frequency. Hold it down for about 4 seconds or more, and then you can go from milliwatt to milliwatt, 25, 100 to 200. And the 25 watt is indicated by a single line. 2 lines indicates 100 milliwatt. 3 lines indicates 200 milliwatt. So that is fantastic that you can change that. Now it also has LED lights in the back. There's 2 LED lights right there, and it also comes with a buzzer. So when you're making a left turn, this LED light shines brighter. When you make a right turn, this LED light shines brighter. When you go forward, it just stays normal. When you go reversing, both of these lights come on. So that is pretty cool, pretty cool. Now it has the flight controller is the Pico BLX F3 flight controller, and it is already installed with Betaflight 3.1.5, and the micro USB port is right over here, if you can see that, right up right there. So the props are blocking when you connect it. I have a straight micro USB cable, and I wasn't able to stick it in there between the props, so I have to take the props off in order to get into that micro USB slot there. So that was a kind of a pain. You always got to take off that. Now the receiver mine is the FR Sky receiver, and it came with a sticky tape, and it did not come with a shrink wrap either. It was just bare open. Came with a black sticky tape here, was stuck onto the side just like this, but that black sticky tape, it comes undone very easily. So but the sticky tape is stuck onto the receiver very well. I wasn't able to take the that sticky tape off of the receiver, believe it or not. So I just added a white sticky tape, and that is on there pretty solid. So that is pretty cool, pretty cool. Now I've done a little hover test already in the garage, and what I noticed was the motors get really hot, guys. That is with the Betaflight default PIDs, and I'm kind of worried about that. Hopefully it doesn't get too hot and something goes wrong with it on this test flight. So what we're going to do is go for a little line of sight flight with the XF90, and then we're going to do a little bit of FPV flight as well. Oh, and I forgot, it also comes with extra props, these yellow props, and also comes with this USB charge cable for your battery as well. Alright guys, I got it bounded, ready to go. I'm going to be using the original battery that came with the quadcopter here. I don't know if you can see that color. That is green LED lights that is on right now. So if I switch and arm the quadcopter here, it will turn blue. Alright, so when I back up, the red light will blink. I don't know if you can see that. When I go left, the red light will blink to the left. When I make a right turn, the red light will blink to the right. All right, so let's go for that little line of sight test here. Kind of hard to balance on the table, so you have to bind it on a level surface and let it connect, and then you can go ahead and let go. So see, it's not going to arm because it's not level. So that is pretty cool. So got it armed and ready to go. There we go. Coming back towards me. The lights are flashing to the right and to the left. Oh, what is that? Well, the buzzer is indicating that I am short on battery power here. So sorry about that. I'm not sure what's going on right there. So I'm going to go ahead and land it. Oh, wow. That battery is not working out. So let's go ahead and change batteries, guys. All right, I've changed out the battery. So let's go for that line of sight flight. Okay. It's got that kind of a high pitch noise coming out. I'm not sure what that is. Can you guys hear that? Yeah, that kind of a... Okay, but it is doing pretty good here. The LED lights are working fine. Right turn, left turn, and reverse, and going forward is solid. All right, so let's check out the power of this quadcopter here. Pretty nice. Seems like it's doing pretty good with the default Betaflight PIDs here. Yeah. All right, so let's go for that punch out. It's okay. It's not the fastest or the powerful punch out that I've seen with the 2S Micro in a 90mm range, but it's pretty good, pretty good. Okay, one more time here. Let me bring it back here. Full punch out. Yeah, there you go. That was a little better punch out there. That is pretty decent, guys. Not bad, not bad. Yeah. She's going to be a very nice FPV flyer. Hopefully we don't get any jello, or we don't get any oscillations with the default Betaflight PIDs here. So let's go ahead and bring it in, and we're going to do some FPV flying. All right. Alright guys, for the FPV flight, what I'm going to be using is my new Headplay SE goggles. These are fantastic goggles. I just did a review on it, so go ahead and check it out. I'll leave a link down below. One thing good about these Headplay SE goggles is the channel changer. If you down press it and hold it, it searches the frequency, the closest one it can find that is the strongest, and it locks onto it, so you don't have to fumble with the frequency and the channels. So that is fantastic. All right, so let's go ahead and do that FPV flight. All right, ready to go. Beautiful day today here at the park, and yep. Oh yeah, very nice and very smooth. Nice. A little bit of a wobble there. A little prop wash. Yep, and you can slow it down too. Yep, the field of view is great. Very clear.
2.0.
Oh, a little bit too heavy. Can't make that type of maneuvers. Yeah, feels like the battery is a little bit too weak for the quadcopter. And continue our flight here. All right. Okay, from what it looks like is
30 seconds.
nothing is damaged.
20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. And I can hear the alarm beeping, so let's bring it down. Oh, 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 oh. Nice landing. are ready to go. Arming it. Nice. And these micros, they're fantastic. They have so much power. Especially with these brushless motors. It's crazy how fast these guys are. Awesome power, awesome. And you can go where you can't take the big guys. So that is fantastic. The motors are screaming so with a high pitch, I kind of am mistaking it as the beeper going off, the buzzer going off. But we are doing okay so far. All right, let's cruise through these trees. Oh, did I hear something? Like a bird or something. Oh man, loving this little micro too. It's a little bit top heavy and it's a little bit heavier than some of the other ones. But as long as you don't push them too hard and get the right battery too. Some of the batteries don't work with this one. The buzzer comes on right away, and that same battery, if I put it in a different quadcopter, it works fine. But this quadcopter does require more power. There's a little bit of oscillations. The prop wash oscillations is apparent here too. Okay, let's see. No, no buzzer. We are still good. Oh, I have a feeling it is getting sluggish. There you go. That is the flight time on it. All right, guys, just got done flying the XF90, the baby Shuriken, as I like to call it. It's a fantastic little brushless micro quadcopter with decent amount of power and a pretty decent amount of flight time as well, and not a problem flying through these trees in this park and going through the pavilion. You can slow it down and enjoy. You probably can fly this thing indoors if you have a pretty decent size indoor facility. What I like about it is it's got enough punch, it's got enough speed, it is able to do nice little maneuvers. So that is all I ask for in a little brushless micro. It is not the punchiest one like the RFun 90 and the RFun Pro 95 or the King Kong, but it's just right up there, guys. Even though it's a little bit top heavy, after you put the battery on there, and I'm using this Gao Neng 450 milliamp size battery, it says it's got a 80C to 160C. Maybe that is helping out, because some of the other batteries that I have that are 3S with the 30C, it doesn't work with this quadcopter, guys. This quadcopter sucks up more juice than the other quadcopters that I have. I can run the RFun 90 with the 30C 450 milliamp size battery, and that flies relatively very nicely. Even with my ELF the DYS-Elf. I can run those batteries, those little orange ones. They work fantastic. I get more than 3 minutes of flight time, but not on this one. This one requires a little bit heftier battery. So get yourself some of these. These work fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and up my order on some of these batteries here. I believe these also come in 3S as well. So maybe you might want to get yourself some 3Ss and give those a try on these little micro brushless quadcopters. All right, so that is my flight review and FPV flight review as well for the XF90, the baby Shuriken.